are listening to the Freeform Rock Podcast with Mark Alden Taylor.
Welcome. Where am I? Oh yeah, Freeform.
You almost have almost as many listeners in your welcomes.
Oh, I know, man. No, we have 30.
After a few months, we get 30.
Well, we got almost 10,200 downloads now, man. And they're not listening to
10,000 shows.
And they're not really listening to the newer episodes. They're going back in our catalog and listening to the older ones because the new one only got like 19 and the Who got 22. I'm surprised at that, but fuck, I thought the Who would get more, but maybe people are tired of the fucking Who.
Well, you're talking to one person who is in that category.
Yeah, but go listen to the Who, man. That's a hoot of an episode.
Yeah, what next are you going to do? I figure that if it gets this bad, then when you do an episode of something so obvious, I might do a review of that same album, but the remastered version.
Well, I didn't say. Well, this is the Freeform Rock Podcast, and you've already heard Lee, so there's Lee. Okay, we got this.
Yeah.
All right, so our new thing is that we like to hear Lee be grumpy and what pissed the fuck out of him this week.
Well, you might not be so happy because, well, I'll put it to you like this. I'm kind of over it now, but it's like in the last episode in the beginning when you mentioned, what the performer's wearing. It's like I think, oh my God, why? I was going to text you and say, just please don't mention the outfit. Please don't mention the shirt because that will embarrass me. Because if she hears it, she might go, oh, does this guy only like me for my clothes? And then I might get a reputation for going to women's shows just because I like how they dress, which isn't quite true. But it's like, and then you did it a couple other times on other episodes when it's women who I really like, and since then I haven't really had too much contact, like they haven't really responded to me, and I'm thinking I'm on this show because I'm trying to push myself forward and get ahead, but if I got a sleech who's pushing me down because he's doing shit to embarrass me, damn it. That's how I felt.
I wasn't doing that to embarrass you. Your thing about
I know.
it's not bad at all.
Thing.
Even Chris Daniels said, "Hey man, you guys like slathered her with comments, so don't worry about that."
Yeah. In fact, I'm kind of. I mean, I am over it now. But at the time when we did it, I was so like so awkward about it that I felt kind of disoriented, and I didn't even. I felt like, oh, what the hell? But, I mean, it's cool. I mean, I never usually mind when that's mentioned. It's just that I usually never mention it specifically on any person. And I thought that you never know how they respond. But, I might, if I do other women performers, I might do them on my show, and I'll just give you guys. But
I won't say anything about your fetish anymore. I'll drop it.
No, you can. It's just that I just don't want you to. I mean, I'm not going to police you on what to say, but I'm just saying if we're talking about specific artists, it's like I don't want to embarrass them unless it's Sammy Hagar or Bon Jovi. Then I don't care if you talk about how sexy they look with their tucked-in shirts or their tucked-in sweaters, because hey. That's fine. I don't mind embarrassing them because, hey, if I see them, we might rub cheek to cheek. Oh, never mind. But, hey. So plus I've sometimes said shitty stuff, about people who you thought were cool. So I'm guilty of the same thing. And you could have said you were pissed off about that stuff too. So anyway, I mean, it's all good. I was just saying that that's the one thing that did piss me off, but another thing that, well, actually, I just kind of decided I'm not on Facebook that much now because I figured I'm trying to do my writing and stuff, and staying away from doing all sorts of posts on Facebook is like, now people don't have shit to say bad or I mean, because I want more people who agree with me on my friend list, and it's hard.
I kind of like people who don't agree with me, because if I sit there and listen to my own shit the whole day, I'm never gonna grow as a person. I need freaking feedback. I need people to fucking push me to the limit. And you said I get people giving me shit because I like Sammy and I don't like Slayer. And fucking, I don't know, man. I just could never get into Slayer, but people say, I'm not a metal person because I don't like Slayer. You're fucking lame, man. You don't like King Diamond. You don't like Merciful Fate. I'm sorry, man. I don't like the vibe they give me, and I don't like the singing. Fuck, maybe Slayer had a better voice, or freaking, what's his name? They voice is great on me. It's like freaking Nate. He doesn't like freaking Miles Kennedy, and I freaking don't fault him for that. You know, my friend Tim doesn't like Miles Kennedy. I don't fucking fault him for that. Fucking opinions are opinions. I'm not a freaking per se metal person. I just fucking love music. And basically, I do cling more to the harder side of the music, the hard rock metal side, and the thrash and shit. But fuck, I go listen to The Cure and Depeche Mode, Duran Duran, Madonna. I fucking listen to lots of different shit and some rap here and there. And fucking, I just want to give a shout out to Kanye West, man. Glad to have you in the fold, brother. Glad you turned over to Christian, and I hope you're sincere about it. That's it. I fucking love you, brother. I know he's not going to listen to it.
Well, I hope God helps his career out and makes him do better music.
He just made a gospel album, dude.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I've heard some parts of interviews with him where he's pretty smart, so, you know, but what I'm trying to say is, but if every single person you knew totally were against everything musically and whatnot that you were into, wouldn't you think it's time to find some people who have some agreement?
Well, that's not true about you. I freaking look at your.
I look at your
comments. I look at your comments. You
got. No, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about.
No, because I wouldn't care.
Well, no.
As long as they're cool to me and not dicks.
All right, well then you're better than me. I'm like I can't get to that point. I mean,
dude,
I want at least one person who agrees with me. Damn it, other than my own hand.
You do. You have Chris Daniel agrees with you on everything.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's great. Listen, I'm the kind of guy I like to bitch, and so I will say stuff regardless of if it's true or not, because I'm just a bitch. So you got me started, but I'm not angry at you now. I'm happy because you got me in my good angry mood.
Yeah. So what you drinking today?
I had vodka. That's why I'm happy. You know, if I didn't listen, here's the thing. The reason I guess I felt so weird the last review was because I was sober. When I'm sober, I get very, very normal. And maybe that's wrong for the podcast. So I apologize for if I'm too normal sometimes.
Shit. I'm drinking. I just had 2 old fashions, man.
Oh, cool.
And some and no fucking Jim Beam. I had Bullet Bourbon, dude.
Oh, I've never had that. Is that good?
Yeah. It's freaking great bourbon. Fucking expensive as hell, I think, but fuck.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Fucking, I don't drink too much of it. I just put like 2 ounces in a glass and mix it with some simple syrup and some bitters.
Is it like $100 a shot almost? Or?
No, I would never buy that. Oh fuck. No.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's really good, but fuck. Dude, you have so many people agreeing with you. You have like 2 assholes that fucking just want to give you shit, just to give you shit, and you freaking, you get all hurt because of them instead of the 10 people that like you.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you know that's true.
Okay.
And you know some people just give you shit because they love you.
Yeah, oh boy. She gave me shit, and she gave me shit because she loved me, but it didn't taste as sweet as the honey.
There's a new song for you. You should write that down.
yeah.
But the honey tasted bitter after she gave me the shit.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm drinking vodka. The reason I drink vodka, I mean, I like whiskey better. But the reason I'm drinking vodka is because it's cheap.
Well,
and I got
Jim Beam is pretty cheap.
pomegranate juice with it.
Oh, nice. You should try some, like, pineapple.
Oh, yeah, I like pineapple juice.
Yeah, that's really cool. Man,
I don't like it in tin cans. I like it in the bottles because with the tin cans, it gives me a bad stomach hurt. But if you get it in like either a paper box or a glass bottle, then you've got the good juice.
Glass bottles, man. Glass bottle juice rules.
Yeah.
And I remember Coke and Pepsi and all the good drinks in glass bottles, man. Those are freaking so good. And these people freaking green shit, they put everything in plastic bottles. Now, we used to take our glass bottles back to the freaking liquor store and get 10 cents a bottle for them. So we fucking recycled before you fucking millennials. Fucking get over yourself. Fuck, if they gave us that money back now instead of ripping us off on this fucking CRV shit, we'd be at the store almost every day. Instead, we have to freaking collect pounds and pounds of fucking metal and fucking bottles to get any sort of money back. Instead, we used to like take 10 bottles and get a fucking $1.
Man, you know, like I go to the liquor store with my bottle and I say it's empty of the alcohol. Can you please refill it? They go, we don't do that. I went, damn it, just take another bottle and open it up and fill mine. And they go, well, you have to pay. No, I don't have to pay. Get out of here, son.
I used to take those bottles and then they had video games in there and just play video games.
Yeah. Actually, this is a true story. Me and my dad, before I was totally of legal age, but my dad said, if you're able to die for your country, you should be able to drink. And so he like into that. And then so we would go to the store back in Fairfax, California, back around the 80s. So this is old time. Dad would say to me, what would you like? I would point to it, and he would tell the liquor guy, he said, I want to get some like this. And the liquor guy nodded his head and bought it, and then we went out. My dad gave it to me, and then we would sometimes walk down the street, go to a alleyway, and look at the store windows and take quick sips, and then just keep walking. Those were good times.
All right. That was cool your dad let you drink, man. I always say that if you're old enough to die for your country, you should be able to have a fucking beer, you know?
Yeah. My dad also was a good, writer, and when he was really, really, like, toasted, he would remember, like, a song that he wrote, like a small little symphony he wrote when he was about, like, maybe 9 or 10 or something. That was like, he had to get so drunk to remember that, but then he would be like, this is my symphony I wrote when I was a little kid. And I'm like, wow. I never wrote it down for him.
Nice.
But yeah, my parents were totally about the kids learning about music.
That's awesome. Well, before we get into, we're doing 20 songs by Tommy Shaw that we think you should hear. And we picked mostly deep tracks. I think maybe I picked a hit here. And Lee picked a hit that he wanted to play as a track of the week. So that's fine too, because that's the track of the week.
Yeah, because I think it's better than all the other tracks we're doing. I'm sorry.
All right, but before we get into that, we have a new Lee song. Well, it's not new. It's from 2017. At least that's when the video was uploaded. It's called E.Racer. So here
E.Racer, but it's good that you mentioned the dot. But some people, like, there's a guy who does a scam. bait the scammer videos. They say type www. So they go www. DOT, and they go, no, www. And then go www. So, but it's supposed to be like, instead of eraser, it's eraser.
I got that, but I just wanted the fans to know that's what.
Oh, okay. I know, but I'm also mentioning it for the fans.
Because if I would have said eraser, they're going to think it's called eraser. That's why I said it's called racer.
I know. It's cool that you mentioned it, and I only mentioned the rest just to show how the fans should look at things.
Yeah,
but no, the fans are the dummies. You're not.
So the song starts off mostly instrumental, which is pretty cool, and then you start singing, which is cool. And so let's get to it. So here's E.Racer by the great Lee Gershman on the Freeform Rock Podcast.
Ernest Parker grew up with cars, was known as Eraser, local and far. Don't turn your back on a good thing. He knows how to swing. Remove him from your memory. Eraser returns happily. Now you know the score. And there still is more.
That was E.Racer by Lee Gershman. Okay. I'm just playing around with people.
You can say Gershman.
Gershman.
That's the name of a prog rock group from Germany.
So were you talking about a car racer or a guy on speed?
I had thought about the cartoon Speed Racer, but I was drinking beer, and I guess I was talking about a car racer, but I have to look at the lyrics because I think it was just. I think he just wanted to name himself after a car racer, but he himself wasn't a car racer, if I remember correctly. Damn, I'll have to look at my own lyrics, but yeah, I think it was just he was known as. I guess he was on speed. Damn, you're smarter than me, man. That's frightening usually, but today I accept it.
That's funny. Oh God! So we're gonna get into this music by Tommy Shaw, but before, let's give you a little biography of Mr. Tommy Shaw.
Why don't we instead talk about parsley growing?
All right. Tommy Roland Shaw, born September 11th, 1953, is an American guitarist, singer, songwriter, and performer best known as the frontman and guitarist for the rock band Styx. In between his stints with Styx, he's played with other groups including Damn Yankees, Shaw Blades, as well as releasing several solo albums, which we will fan through all his incarnations of Tommy Shaw, even some Styx, some Damn Yankees, some Shaw Blades, and we'll cover mostly everything he's done except his bluegrass period, because we don't. This is a rock show, not a bluegrass show. All right. Tommy was born in Montgomery, Alabama, and played with many local bands in his early years. He left Montgomery after attending Robert E. Lee High School to join the Smoke Ring and MS Funk, a Chicago-managed outfit that he played for with 3 years. Gave him a chance to be noticed by Styx during a 2-week club gig in Chicago. After MS Funk disbanded, he went back to Montgomery to join a local group called Harvest with his childhood friends, which performed at the Kager's Cove in a local bowling alley. Following Styx moved to A&M, guitarist and vocalist John Korczynski suddenly left the band shortly before and embarked on a nationwide tour. And frantic search to find a last-minute replacement was launched. As a result of his previous experience with MS Funk in Chicago, Shaw got the call to audition for Styx in Chicago. Shaw said, "I got on the plane, went up there the next day, and they didn't ask me to play guitar at all. The guitar never came out of the case." Once Styx had listened to Shaw's demo tape, Shaw had proven he could sing high harmony on Lady. He was hired. All right, well, let's get into his music. And you picked Shoes, S-H-O-O-Z, by his incarnation in Styx. Why did you pick this song?
Well, of all the songs that I picked, I can honestly give you a reason for that song. And that's because that's an actual good song. And James J.Y. Young also co-wrote it. But yeah, this was before Tommy Shaw became Tommy Shaw Light Ranch Dressing. This was when he was still spicy and doing some good stuff.
But this is Shoes by Styx, and it was released on his first album with Styx, Crystal Ball. So here's Shoes by the great Tommy Shaw. I think he's great. I don't know about Lee. We'll get into that as the podcast rolls on. So here's Shoes by Styx from Tommy Shaw. That was Shoes. Fuck, what a killer track, man. Fucking heavy as fuck for Styx.
Yeah.
Fucking love it. All right, and then let's get into one of my 10 tracks that I picked. And I picked Jealousy off the What If album from 1985. So do you have any comments on this song? Did you listen to it?
I think that... Is this one of the ones that sounds kind of moody but interesting?
All his songs are moody and interesting to me.
yeah. Okay, so this is one of those songs that slightly forgettable, slightly great, a little bit of boring and wonderful at the same time, like a lot of his stuff. And yeah, I would have probably picked this song. I would have picked anything over any song off of Cornerstone. You know, and so as long as anything's better than Cornerstone, I'm cool with it.
I have a question to ask. Solo-wise...
I might not answer.
Solo-wise, this is a big debate. Solo-wise, who do you think is better, Dennis DeYoung or Tommy Shaw?
I'll at least try listening to a Tommy Shaw solo album. The only thing someone can make me do with a Dennis DeYoung album is break it over my knee.
Desert Moon was a full shit show. My God. But he did do an album a few years back called 100 Years From Now where he has the Tommy and JY clones, which is really good and sick sounding and really progressive. I really like that.
Where can I find it so I can break it over my knee?
I have no idea. But I think Tommy Shaw I think Dennis is better in a group setting. I think that's why 100 Years From Now did better than what he did on Desert Moon. Was just too 80s for me. Not even stick sounding and too melancholy and like show tunes to me. Fucking I hate show tunes. I like some show tunes. So Diane, I don't know if you're listening, but I do like some show tunes. But
hey, we should do a Peter Allen album.
Nah, I don't even know who that is.
Just listen. Just go later on YouTube. Go to Peter Allen and the Rockettes do I Go to Rio, and you'll be into it, man.
Alrighty. So
and anyone who knows what I'm talking about are probably biting their nails right now.
All right. So here's Jealousy off the 1985 What If album by Tommy Shaw on the Freeform Rock Podcast.
Kiss You did to me what I did to them. Now you don't seem to care. True life still going on. We both will survive. And if you can count as living, girl, I guess it's great to be alive. Jealousy got a hold on me, and my foolish heart won't let me be. It looks like this must be my destiny. I can't control my jealousy. Jealousy, yeah. Jealousy got a hold on me. My foolish heart just can't let it be. I can move the biggest mountain, girl, that much I can do, but I can't control my jealousy. Not for you, no. Jealousy got a hold on me.
Man, that was a kick-ass jam. What'd you think of that? You already said that you probably liked it.
Yeah. Let's not ask me anymore.
All right, well, let's get to your next track that you picked. The Race Is On from the Girls with Guns album from 1984. I think this was his first solo album. Why'd you pick this track?
I think this one was one of the few kind of sort of ballads that I was into. I usually don't love really ballady ballads, but this one, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this one had a good melody to it. It sounded like something that I'd be into.
I don't think Tommy Shaw has ever made a song without a good melody on it. The guy is very talented, very good songwriter, kick-ass lead guitar player that I didn't know till I saw him in concert. It was Styx in concert. That guy plays most of the good leads.
Yeah.
Damn. Fuck, he could rule. And so here's your
He'd
next.
be better on a Ted Nugent album, but go on.
All right, well, here's the song you picked, The Race Is On, from the Girls with Guns album from 1984 and the Freeform Rock Podcast. Okay, that was The Race Is On. We already talked about this. Now let's get to my next track, which was probably one of his biggest tracks off the Girls with Guns album. But I fucking love it so much that I had to play it. This is Lonely School. Did you like this song, Lee?
I thought that at the time, I thought at least it's better than Dennis DeYoung. Anything was better than him. I didn't mind it. I thought it was a little weird, but I didn't dislike it.
All right, so here we go. Here's Lonely School by Tommy Shaw on the Freeform Rock Podcast.
Drove past where we used to live. You might have caught a glimpse of me as I passed by. This world's still hard to believe, but at the time it seemed so clear to me. I thought I had it all worked out. I packed all that was dear to me. I left without a doubt that I'd given it all I had to give. Still nothing moved, nothing changed, nothing lived. I did everything that I could do, but now I've had time to sort it out, to graduate from lonely school. And now I've got to let you know it's me who was the fool. It was me, baby, I was wrong. But how can I say it? You must have known it all along. It was you who was always strong. And I've got to tell you now, I've got to show you how. I've changed so many of my ways. I left the band, steadied my hand, learned to trade. And I'm coming back this time to stay. And you won't recognize the boy who graduated lonely school, 'cause I've become quite wise about who was or not the fool. It was me, baby, I was wrong. But how can I say it? You must have known it all along. It was me, baby, I was wrong. And I've got to tell you now, I've got to show you how. At the time it seemed so clear to me. You know I had it all worked out. I packed all that was dear to me, and I left without a doubt. It was me, baby, I was wrong. But how can I say it? You must have known it all along. It was you who was always strong. And I've got to tell you now, I've got to show you now.
Okay, that was Lonely School. Let's get to the next track that Lee picked, and he picked This Is Not a Test from the What If album from 1985. And you picked this song, why?
I guess for the same reasons I picked the other ones. Out of all of the wallpaper stuff that he does, this one had the sharpest colors.
All right, so This Is Not a Test by Tommy Shaw on the Freeform Rock Podcast.
By an old familiar sound, we've heard it all our lives and paid attention. And the radio announcer tells us this has been a test. I never heard the rest. I always change the station. Mr. President, our radar shows an image in the skies. We believe it's headed our direction. The Russians aren't responding and we're up against the clock. Soon there's no avoiding this deadly confrontation. And this is not a test, no video effect, no science fiction quest for glory. And this is not a test, there'll be no turning back. The hour is at hand, and this is not a test you can ignore. We've not been here before. Let's hear it for the situation. There is no way to justify for country or for God. The heavens are a battlefield, and now there's confrontation. And this is not a test, no video effect, no science fiction quest for glory. And this is not a test, there'll be no turning back. The hour is at hand, and this is not a test.
Okay, that was This Is Not a Test from the What If Tommy Shaw record. Now we're going to get into another part of his career that I picked. You didn't pick any of this group, so I guess I pick it. We're getting into Damn Yankees, which he formed with Jack Blades of Night Ranger, Ted Nugent, and the Amboy Dukes, and also Michael Cardellini, who is now in Lynyrd Skynyrd, their drummer. And I feel this band is fucking awesome. I've seen them in concert twice, opening up for the Paul Rogers-less Bad Company, which I like that Bad Company, and I like both versions of Bad Company. I like the Holy Water album. I saw them on the Holy Water tour twice, and this is the title track from their debut album. It's just fucking kick, fucking hard rock ass. Ted goes off on this song. Fucking Tommy's voice is incredible. Jack Blades with the harmonies, man, these two are brothers. Fucking the way they sing together. So here's Damn Yankees, the title track from the 1990 album Damn Yankees. Here's Damn Yankees.
don't you know? If you need assistance, I'll be on the way. Running to a little resistance, you know what they're gonna say.
That was Damn Yankees, Damn Yankees. Did you like that track, Lee?
The songs that I liked that I was possibly going to pick from that group were not the songs that Tommy Shaw sang. So that's the reason I didn't pick anything from his. So when you say a group kicks ass and does a heavy song, I sometimes question that. So I'll pretend I like it just to be nice, but I really am going to say the jury is out on that one.
Have you heard Ted's guitar playing on that song? Oh my god, and the freaking harmonies. Hey, hey, damn Yankees! Oh, damn Yankees!
That sounds like, oh god.
The guitar goes. Fucking Ted just screams on that song, man. Fuck, man. He should be.
I'll let your listeners agree with you.
All right, well, let's get to your next track, which you picked off the Girls with Guns album from 1984. You picked in Come In and Explain. Why'd you pick this track?
I think that one I actually really liked. That one sounded like something that if I were in the studio and I heard it, I would come in and say, can I play on that? And they'd go, no, we already got everyone to play on it. Then I would have to stand outside of the studio and cry and say, give that guy a fucking bottle and kick him out of here.
I think it's a really cool song, man. I like it. Freaking great pick, Lee. So here it is. Come In and Explain from the 1984 Girls with Guns album by the awesome Tommy Shaw. I was going to say Charlie Sheen. Fuck that. I'm not on drugs.
He's better.
I mean Tommy Shaw, not Tommy Lee. All right,
Tommy Lee Shaw.
All right, here we go. Here's the great Tommy Lee with Come In and Explain from Girls with Guns. Okay, that was Come In and Explain off the Girls with Guns album. Now it's my turn again, and I'm sticking with some damn Yankees here, man. From the self-titled first album, I picked Mystified. I fucking love how this song starts off blues with the frickin' you don't have to love me, baby, I don't give a damn. You got the time, I got the touch, you know who I am. It's ain't about mystified, ain't no trending words, ain't no use, no more abuse, you are my only one. And then the drums kick in. And with the freaking slide guitar by fucking Ted, I'm mystified, baby. Fucking what a great voice. You gotta admit this guy has a fucking awesome voice.
Do I?
You have to. You know you love him.
Okay, his voice is good. Maybe not all the songs, but the voice. Yeah.
You don't like the blues feel to this song with the slide guitar and then the drums just kicking hard on this song?
It's better than anything off of Cornerstone, okay?
Ah, fuck, you hate Cornerstone, don't you?
Boy, I hate that more than Bon Jovi.
Oh, shit. All right, well, here's the great Mystified by Damn Yankees on the Freeform Rock Podcast.
You don't have to love me, baby, I don't give a damn. You've got the time, I've got the touch, and you know who I am. It's simplified, I'm mystified, a case of hit and run. Ain't no use, no more abuse, you are my number one, and I'm in love. I'm mystified, baby. Yeah, I'm in love. I'm mystified, baby. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're my kind of lover. You always keep me well. In walked the boss man with a boom, boom, boom. He said, break time's over, boy. Get back to pushing that broom. Well, that's the way it goes sometimes. That's the story of my life. Whoa, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're my kind of lover. You always keep me mystified. You just keep it going, baby. You only wanna keep me satisfied. You're my kind of lover. You always keep me mystified. Whoa. I don't mind pushing that broom, baby. Long as I'm pushing back towards you. Oh, say, yeah, yeah, yeah. You're my kind of lover. You always keep me
That was Mystified by Damn Yankees. And now we get to Lee's other song that he picked, The Weight of the World from his 1987 album Ambition. What did you think of? Why did you pick this track?
I think that for a song that has kind of wimp qualities to it, at least it's a heavy wimp. I kind of dug. It's one of the few songs that I almost didn't pick, but of the songs that I wouldn't pick, this one was the one that I liked the best.
Fuck, I remember I bought this album when it first came out, and I saw them open up for Rush. Saw him open up for Rush on the Hold Your Fire tour. Fuck, he was good. Fucking great, and he played Fooling Yourself, Angry Young Man, and back then he said, this is 10 years ago. Now it's fucking 20 years ago, over 20 years ago. But fuck, he was really good live, and I did see him with Damn Yankees twice, so fuck. He's a really great performer. This is an awesome song. I love this album. I remember it was out of print. I found it, and I was fucking, yes! And now they just remastered it. So I need to get the remastered version. I love this album. It's so good. So here's and they also do he also does a version of a Survivor song called Ever Since the World Began, which is fucking awesome, too, on that album. So check out, here's The Weight of the World from 1987's Ambition by Tommy Shaw.
You got the weight of the world on your shoulders tonight. Somewhere there's a light. It's just the way that you feel in the eyes of the world. So much colder tonight. It's beating on your pride. It's just the way that you feel. Don't
Okay, that was The Weight of the World by Tommy Shaw, and then we get to my next track, which I'm going into the second album by Damn Yankees. Don't Tread from 1992. 15 Minutes of Fame. Fuck, I love the way this song goes with the Ted freaking distortion guitar. Freaking get your 15 minutes of fame. Fucking great song. What do you think about it?
That one was probably one of their better tunes. I think that in some ways it's kind of cliche and sort of not as great as some of Ted Nugent's solo work, which if we had picked Ted Nugent instead of Tommy Shaw, I would have had 20 songs and over that would have been my favorites. But we have to do this, and for what it's worth, it's about as good as this group can get.
Do I get all wah when you pick a group I don't really like? Like, I only got wah on one group, and you know who that is.
I know, but I'm different than you. I'll have any excuse to cry.
But we're not reviewing an album. We're just playing music on this one. It's a refreshing break from us just reviewing shit. We're just
but
jamming.
But you named a good artist. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, next time we'll pick a better artist, or you pick the better artist that you want to do.
Actually, I'll put it to you like this: I like Tommy Shaw. I think he's good. I don't like a lot of his songs, but I like him.
All right.
So he's a good artist, but he just needs to keep doing more music till he finally gets enough songs that I like. How about that?
All right, and then we get to the next track you picked called Friendly Advice from the 1985 What If album. So why'd you pick this one?
This one was hit and miss for me as far as should I pick it or should I not? And I go, well, I'm not picking anything from Cornerstone, so I picked this.
You only picked one song from Styx, except for your track of the week. So
Yeah.
here you go. I think this is a cool song too, man. So here's Friendly Advice by Tommy Shaw on the Freeform Rock Podcast.
Suitcase is packed, sitting by the door, turn over all the facts. I can't take them anymore, but every time my feet hit the street, my head starts aching and my knees get weak. I turn back around, I let myself in. I feel like a dog, no matter what. I come back, not me. So here I go again, ignoring all the signs. It doesn't take a scientist to read between the lines, but right about the time I'm sure I've had enough, I decided to call it quits and I'm ready to get tough. You turn it on with those big brown eyes. The next thing you know, I'm out riding rock and roll down. I don't know what else to do. Creature of habit, don't know what else to do. I feel like a dog, no matter what I do. I keep coming back. It's like a game. Been waiting.
Okay, that was Friendly Advice by Tommy Shaw from the What If album. Now it's my turn, and I'm sticking with some Damn Yankees here, and I think this is my last Damn
Oh,
Yankees
good for
song.
you.
And I'm picking off the 1992 album again, Don't Tread, called Dirty Dog. Did you like this song?
I think I like some of crappy Aerosmith a little bit better, but the at least the title sounds like a 10th-rate Ted album, so I'll let it pass.
Fuck, I love this song. I like it. It goes, get back, you dirty dog. Been messing where you don't belong. And I'm not one of your bitches. I fucking love this song, man. So here's Dirty Dog by Damn Yankees from 1992. Don't Tread. Let's rock out. That was Dirty Dog by the Damn Yankees, and now we're getting to your next song from the 1987 Ambition album again. You picked a lot of songs off Ambition. I'm kind of happy about that because I didn't have to pick any because I do love that album. You picked all the ones I would have picked. So
I picked it because between that and Styx, the solo albums had a little less shit.
I only picked one. I think I only picked one song from Ambition.
Good for you.
Here's Love You Too Much from the 1987 Ambition. Why'd you pick that song?
I have no idea. I guess because it was better than the songs I didn't pick.
You admitted to me that you love Tommy Shaw, man.
Man, okay. I love him. I'm sorry. I like all the songs we've done.
I know you're playing. I know you're playing
now to shut up.
I know you're playing your role in Grumpy Lee, but fuck. Okay. Here we go. Love You Too Much from the 1987 Ambition album by Tommy Shaw on the Freeform Rock Podcast.
Tried to call you late last night, but you just let it ring. I drove right round and rang your bell, you wouldn't let me in.
Okay, that was a rocker and Love You Too Much from the album Ambition from 1987. So let's get to my next track, which I did pick a song off of Ambition called No Such Thing. Hey, yeah. Okay.
Right on.
All right, so here's No Such Thing from the 1987 Ambition album on the Freeform Rock Podcast.
You're waiting for the lightning to strike you from the sky.
Well, there's no such thing as a perfect podcast, right, Lee?
Yeah, there is.
Who's the perfect podcast? Yours? The Lee Gershman Show?
No, we're perfectly idiotic.
That's true. I'll take that one. All right.
Now,
well,
actually, we're better than you think we are.
Yeah, I don't.
And
think
I'm talking
much.
to our audience. We're actually better than they think we are.
That's awesome. I wish I was better than I think I was.
Man, I go through that every single day.
Man, I was just thinking, man, I wish In-N-Out Burger would frickin' have, like, delivery. Fuck, I could eat one of those
You
right
know,
now.
Apple Tree Burger in New York, Apple Tree Market has really, really good burgers, but the best burger in your area is In-N-Out. People talk about Shake Shack and they talk about Five Guys. Shake Shack is almost as good as In-N-Out, but Five Guys is not really all that good.
Five Guys is salty as fuck.
For $15, man, you could get 3 burgers at the Halal Cart in New York, and those guys aren't even experts at doing burgers, but they do really good burgers, believe it or not.
All right, well, let's get into the next track that you picked from the Ambition album from 1987 again. This is The Outsider by Tommy Shaw, Freeform Rock Podcast.
Jimmy was the son of a sailor, another lonely military brat. Norfolk, Virginia, Vallejo, bags always packed. Now his mother was always out drinking on midnight maneuvers of her own. Jimmy would sit there and stare at the clock, and one night she never came home. That's how he learned the facts of life from a mother and a sailor's wife. Now he's out there somewhere on his own. He's always been an outsider, taking on the world alone. Such an outsider, and it really doesn't matter who's right or wrong, 'cause sooner or later he's gone. Outsider. Jimmy tried his luck in the Navy to see the world just like his old man. But too many rules and too many fools spoiled his plans. Now he's driving a truck through the Southlands, pulling anything that money can buy. He knows how it feels to fall asleep at the wheel, so he takes a little pill to get by. He's living on borrowed time. He doesn't see the danger signs. Now he's out there somewhere on his own. He's always
Okay, that was Outsider by Tommy Shaw. Cool rocking track. And you like that song, Lee?
I think that I like the title. So I'm pretty sure I probably like it.
All
at
right.
least the title.
And now we're going to get to another incarnation of Tommy Shaw. He went with Jack Blades as Damn Yankees partner to form a band called Shaw and Blades. And they released an album in 1995 called My Hallucination. I'm going to play the title track off that album. So here's My Hallucination on the Freeform Rock Podcast. Okay, that was My Hallucination. Did you ever hear that song, Lee?
I actually really, really liked this song, and I would have picked it, but I guess I was being stubborn and picked his solo stuff. But that one song is better than his first 3 solo albums combined. But
Damn.
I liked it a lot. I thought that it was good. Probably Jack Blades brings out the best in Shaw.
Yeah, but you didn't like any of the damn Yankees.
I like the Blades songs.
Alright, I'm just messing with you, man.
All right, just like you mess with a salad. But
don't mess
I'm
with anybody's
more
food.
breasted lettuce and no protein.
That's funny. Alright. So now we're going to get to the next track that I picked. Well, I already picked that. We played My Hallucination. Now it's the next track you picked, which you picked off the 1985 What If album, Reach for the Bottle. Did you pick this song because it reminds you of reaching for vodka?
That wasn't why, but I'll pretend it was. I actually thought that it was okay. It kind of reminded me of my own work. So maybe I did pick it for the title. But actually, I think it had kind of a bluesy, cool edge to it that, I think that I dug it.
All right, so here is Reach for the Bottle from the 1985 What If record by Tommy Shaw on the Freeform Rock Podcast.
There's a hole in the picture, there's a flaw in the cloth, there's your favorite sweater, signature of the month. Shake your hand on the throttle, says something's wrong, so you reach for the bottle, you live the song. Now you stand in the kitchen, you fit and you lean, you got the heart of a lion, you know you're so damn mean. Put your hand in the water, you feel the drain, but your hands are still dirty, you won't ever come clean. I'd be lying, no one but myself, to tell you that there's nothing wrong. Nobody knows the trouble that we've seen, how we tried to get along. Run to the water, run to the sun, run to whatever, till the hurting is done. Oh, we reach for the bottle when we should put it down. Start the whole thing over. What goes around comes around. the water, run to the sun, run to whatever the hurting is done. Or we reach from the bottom when we should put it down. With the bottle empty, we need another round.
That was Reach for the Bottle. I think that's a kick-ass song you picked, Lee. Now we get to a song that you're probably going to cry that I picked because it's off the album Cornerstone by Styx.
Oh, God. Why couldn't you pick a song off of 7800 Degrees?
You don't like Bon Jovi.
I like it better than Cornerstone.
Well, I
You
think...
just want me to mention it. Okay, I'll mention it this once.
Well, I think the song is a kick-ass track. You don't like Love in the Midnight?
Is that the song?
Yeah, it says, tell me where my heart is when I'm looking for love in the midnight. No?
I don't remember liking it.
Well, I almost picked Man in the Wilderness off of Grand Illusion, but...
Oh my God, why didn't you pick Blue Collar Man?
Because everybody knows that fucking song!
Well, it's better than Man in the Wilderness!
Well, I didn't pick Man in the Wilderness, I picked Love in the Midnight.
Well, that's worse!
Alright, so here's the worst song that Lee hates.
Go for a suck song at least. Ah, shit.
Here's In and Out of Love by
I
Bon
don't know
Jovi
what
from
the
7800 Fahrenheit. No, I'm joking. Here's Love in the Midnight off of Cornerstone from 1979
Whatever.
by the best band, one of the best bands ever, Styx, with Tommy Shaw. Here we go.
The time is now to take my wares into the street, and I know how. The street's been good to me. Maybe it's a sign of a wise man, maybe the sign of a fool. Maybe the night for a rendezvous with a woman like you. It's gone too far. I'll take my life into the street. I feel the need, and I can't stop myself. Maybe it's time for a strong man. Maybe it's time to be cool. Maybe I'll take to the boulevard.
That was Love in the Midnight off of the great album Cornerstone.
Yeah, it is. I know.
And now we get to Lee's final track of the 20 best Tommy Shaw songs we think you should hear. You picked another song of Ambition. Are you ready for me? Are you ready for me, Lee?
Oh, I'm ready for you more than for Shaw, I believe so.
All right, so here's Are You Ready for Me from the 1987 Ambition album on the Freeform Rock Podcast.
Are you ready for me? Are you ready for me? Are you ready? Are you ready? Ready for me?
I hear really something. Is it true you broke a million hearts? Try a million and one. You got a private number. You got a foreign car that's always gone when the high road is run. Well, I'm not impressed. You don't get it. What I've got for you is one big surprise. Are you ready for me? That might break your heart. Are you ready for me? Tear your world apart. Are you ready? Ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for me? Not in your wildest dreams. Did you ever think that just one man could make you lose your control? Well, I can tell you're tempted. Only here I am. All you got to do is never say no. You got the questions, I got the answers. You got the lock, I sure got the key. Oh, I might break your heart. Might tear your world apart. Ready? Are you ready for me? Are you ready for me? Say what love should be. Are you ready for me? Protect your security. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for me? I am the one your daddy wants you about. All things he said are probably true. So make up your mind, I can take it or leave it. 'Cause you know in your heart what you're gonna do. Are you ready for me? Not break your heart. Are you ready for me? Tear your world apart. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for me? Ooh, are you ready? Say what love should be. Are you ready? Protect that security. Are you ready? Are you ready? Ready for me? Yeah. Ooh, baby. What it's all about. Are you ready for me? I'll make you scream and shout. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for me?
That was Are You Ready for Me off of Ambition. I love that song, Lee. I don't know why you don't like it. You do like it.
I
You
didn't
picked it.
say I didn't like it. I think I probably like some of it. How about that? Okay.
That's cool. Well, I like the song. You picked some killer Tommy Shaw tracks, man. I'm proud of you. Man.
You like everything.
I don't like everything. I don't like Fairpoint Convention.
You don't like good stuff.
I don't like Fairpoint Convention.
All right. Okay.
All right. Now we got the last track, which I almost forgot about this album, but it's a great album. Yeah. It's from his 1998 album, Seven Deadly Zens.
Oh.
And this song is the first song on the album, called Ocean. So here's Ocean on the Freeform Rock Podcast by Tommy Shaw. That was Ocean by Tommy Shaw. Did you like that song, Lee?
It's I have no idea. It's probably better than anything by Billy Ocean. I'll give it that much.
You don't like Caribbean Queen?
Eh.
Or Get Out of My Dreams and Into My Car. No, okay.
I remember my dad heard that Billy Ocean was from Jamaica and that he was going to be on this award show. So he went, oh, that sounds interesting. And he went and he heard the come into my thing, get out of my car. And he went, ah, shit. crap, and he just walked out.
All right. So, we're done with the 20 songs that we think you should hear by Tommy Shaw. And now we're going to get to our tracks of the week, which are Tommy Shaw orientated also.
Yeah, the best stuff he's done, baby.
And Lee picked one of his
Too
hits.
much time on my hands, because it's much better than at least 8 of the songs that we already did.
Isn't this your dream? Isn't this autobiography by you? You have too much time on your hands?
Ah, shit. I guess so.
What are the soap operas you like to watch?
Hey, listen. I used to watch All My Children when Kim Delaney was on it.
Oh,
she was later in NYPD Blue. She played Jenny, and then Dorothy Lyman played Opal Gardner, and she was Jenny's mom. And Jenny was trying to get married. All right, I'm not going to explain the whole All My Children plot to you.
I know, it's falling asleep. Okay.
Ah, shit.
I used to watch Days of Our Lives, like sounds.
I used to watch All My Children when I got home from high school, because I only had one class and I got home by noon. So I watched for some years. Man, I like soap operas when they're good.
Okay. For the people out there who aren't old enough to remember why we had to watch soap operas, back in the day there were no VCRs, there were no DVD player or Blu-ray or internet, so we had to watch what the fuck was on in the middle of the day, which was fucking nothing except talk shows and soap operas, so fucking sue us. I used to watch Days of Our Lives when I skipped school, so
yeah,
only thing on the watch. So and my track of the week I picked from the Last Styx album from 2017. 100 Million Miles From Now, from their album The Mission, which I think is a really cool track. My favorite off their last album.
Huh.
So here we go with Tommy Shaw, Too Much Time on My Hands, and Tommy Shaw from Styx, 100 Million Miles From Now, and Styx from the other song. So 2 Styx classics, well, a newer classic and an older classic to go out on the Freeform Rock podcast. And next week we will be talking about how we watch Dirt.
Yeah.
Well, Lee's pick next week.
I got an album that I already want us to do. I got it all planned already. Want me to mention it or wait?
Go for it.
Ringo Starr, Stop and Smell the Roses.
Oh, cool. So we'll be doing Ringo Starr, Stop and Smell the Roses next week. So until next week, say goodbye, Lee.
Goodbye.
And here you go. Here is Too Much Time on My Hands. Too much time on our hands. Both of us, we have too much time on our hands. All right, and then 100 Million Miles from Home from the Last Styx album, The Mission. Here we go, and later guys, later skaters, later dudes, later
ladies.
Out
here, babies. Bye.
And bye, 30 fans. We love you. Bye.
gravitational pull gonna tear me apart. Hey, hey, and I got my hands on the wheel of my rocket-mobile, and I'm 100 million miles from home. My head's in the stars on a mission to Mars, and I'm 100 million miles from home. 100 million miles from home. I've got to get a message. Got to get a message to you. Got to get a message to you.
You have just listened to the Freeform Rock Podcast. All music played on the Freeform Rock Podcast belongs to its owner. If you like it, go out and buy it. Get your music on Amazon, iTunes, or at your local record store. Support what you love. Support the artist by seeing them live. Purchase their music. The Freeform Rock Podcast is not affiliated with any of the artists or music that we play. Thank you for listening to the Freeform Rock Podcast. We'll see you on the next episode. Until next time, stay free and rock on.